NICE is an interesting institution. They have a very rigorous program that they go through to evaluate whether something should be adopted into the UK system, into the NHS. We actually did tap into a lot of consultants with regard to a strategy for NICE, and I will say that 100% of them said, do not approach NICE. So they said, hey, looking at what you have, where you are, and what their criteria are, they may give you a negative review, and that will shut down a lot of activity. Don't go into NICE until you feel you can pass their criteria. We heeded that advice and kind of, we were active in the UK, but we were under a small NHS protocol and just doing some cases at a couple centers, that sort of thing. But we weren't actively commercializing. One, we sort of didn't want to wake the sleeping dog. But two, we also, remember our entire European strategy was sort of this selective, just very low-level launch to understand the criteria for commercialization. We were then approached by NICE. And what instigated this was something that was out of our control. What happened in the UK is one of the patients treated under this little clinical protocol, one way or another, was approached by the Daily Mail. So the Daily Mail is the #1 read rag in the UK. I mean, awesome journal. I didn't mean rag. But basically, they approached the patient and got a great story out of it. I mean, here's a patient that really was delighted with what happened. And all of a sudden, it was there in the Daily Mail, both online and in print. And I think that woke NICE up a little bit. So shortly thereafter, this was back in, I think, June of 2012, we were contacted by the Interventional Procedures Group, IPG. And basically, they said, listen, we're going to be reviewing this. We looked at who we were. We had done all the consulting. We kind of knew when we were going to have the package we needed to go into NICE, and we weren't there yet. So our strategy was to immediately engage them. I think within 3 weeks, Dave Amerson, our CEO, flew over to London, met with the team that was going to be reviewing this, and introduced the device, the company, where we're at, and where things are going, and started the discussion over, we're fully on board with a NICE process, we're not quite ready, let me explain. That actually ended up being, I think, a 7-month process of kind of going back and forth. We had our pivotal randomized data that was just being locked at that time. As a publication was drafted, we actually confidentially shared that with the NICE group, saying, here's what's coming. It's not published. We know you only recognize peer-reviewed publications. This will be. So what do you think? And it actually helped sort of create a team atmosphere where it was like, hey, if you're bringing this forward, get the result you're looking for and have the information to evaluate it. And they got on board with it. The group then understood that, oh, the data is coming. Let's schedule this for when this is out. Then the pressure hit me because I'm sort of in charge of publications. And I was like, how soon can we get this published online? You know, who are we working with? How do we do this? So, you know, you don't, as a company, you're not authoring the publication, but you certainly are facilitating it into the press and how to set it up and make it all work efficiently, if you will, because it's not an efficient process by nature. So it all came down to that. We got it published online in the top tier journal in the world, the Journal of Urology. It went into NICE, and within a month they were doing their review.